Bonsoir mes élèves, good evening. The lesson today, le leçon aujourd'hui, c'est le verbe aller. It's the verb to go. We use this verb to talk about going places. We use this verb to say how we're feeling. And we also use this verb to talk about things that we're going to do in the future. The verb aller is an irregular verb. You have to memorize the different forms of this verb. For the most part, they don't look anything like the infinitive aller. So take a moment and write them down the way we do in class. I want you to put these singular forms of the verb on the left side of your paper under the heading aller, to go. Je vais. Tu vas. Il, elle, on va. Here are the plural forms. You're going to put them across from the singular forms. So across from je vais, please put nous allons. Nous allons. Across from tu vas, please write vous allez. Vous allez. And now across from il, on, elle, en va, you'll write ils, elles, vont. V-O-N-T, V-O-N-T. Ils vont. Talking about places. Just as in English, French people talk about the places they go, usually using the word to after the verb. I'm going to school. Well, what's the word for to in French? It is à with an accent grave. Je vais à l'école. I'm going to the bakery. Je vais à la pâtisserie. I'm going to Madame Dill's class. Je vais à la classe de Madame Dill. Those are examples that when we talk about places we are going to go, we're going to use the word à. Now, all those examples are feminine. We know that some places are masculine, like le café or le restaurant. When we say the word le after the word à, we make a contraction. That word is o. We are never going to say à le café or à le restaurant. Instead, we're going to say au café, au restaurant. I'm going to the cafe. Je vais au café. We're going to the restaurant. Nous allons au restaurant. We also use the verb aller to talk about how we feel. Now that you've seen the word va next to il, does it remind you of anything? It should. It should remind you of one of the first phrases you ever learned in French. Ça va? Oui, ça va. Non, ça va pas. When you talk about how you're feeling in French, you use the verb aller. You can say ça va, or you can also say comment vas-tu? Comment allez-vous? You can answer oui, ça va, or je vais bien. But aller, lastly, the third way we use it is to say what will happen in the near future. In French, we call this le futur proche. In English, as in French, we use the verb to go to talk about something that's going to happen. It's going to happen. Sometimes we make it slang in English and say, it's gonna happen. I'm going to play soccer. Je vais jouer au foot. Are you going to eat? Tu vas manger? The test is going to be hard. L'intro va être difficile. He's going to study. Il va étudier. Notice that the verb aller is always followed by an infinitive when we're making the future proche. Look at the verbs that you have here. You have going to play, going to eat, going to be, going to study. All of them are infinitives in English, and look on the other side, all of them are infinitives in French. Je vais jouer. Tu vas manger. L'intro va être. Il va étudier. All right, now that you've had some fun with the verb aller and the 3 ways that we're going to use it, we know it's a very important verb en français. C'est un verbe très important. And you can be ready to use it when you talk, when you write, or when you practice French. So, on y va, let's go. There's that important verb again.